Understanding Kalonzo Musyoka is one of the most difficult things we are currently having in our country, Kenya. And you can bear me witness, it is just the other day that he failed to honor his own advice when he said,
the most stupid fellow on the earth to go and support the third time a presidential candidate, all right, without a measure of reciprocity. I think it goes beyond the doctrine of good faith.
And you have to agree with me, if the Right Honorable is to support Kalonzo Musyoka, then he should have decided to endorse Kalonzo Musyoka as early as yesterday, immediately after he announcing his retirement from politics. Simply because, as they say, mapema ndio best, that will simply give Kalonzo Musyoka a political mileage come 2027, but as soon as immediately when the Right Honorable endorses Kalonzo Musyoka publicly, and that will give Kenyans a surety that Kalonzo Musyoka will no longer be acting like the political Maguire in Kenyan politics. And I have described Kalonzo Musyoka as a political Maguire in Kenya with due respect, simply because since time immemorial, he's been making political defensive blunders, of which they have been costing him since time immemorial in his political career. And yesterday, in a live television interview, he said,
we will look at all those issues, we will develop a consensus, but what is obvious, in the event we are still around, God willing, and my party nominates me to run, I will run like I've never run before. The fool in me ended up supporting Raila for the third time. But that fool is wiser now than he was then, all right? I am no fool. It took some painful introspection, Kenyans will remember, and I brought it out before I had to sit with my friend Raila and showed him in black and white what we had agreed in writing. So I brought it out of the chest. And from that time I said, I'm ready to support Raila. And it was therefore the right thing to do. And therefore, I'm no fool, I'll never be. I've been dragged through the mud so many times, given some bad names, but I'm still there, and I love this country. I only wish Kenyans peace, but also justice. Please, Kenyans, pray for me, so that I will not be accused forever of things I've never done. And now the chicken have come home to roost. All those naysayers, indecisive, cannot do ABC, watermelon, we see all those things. Those are behind us. You've gone with 2022. You're looking at a new Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Last year was a Buffalo Soldier. It will be more than that.
Thank you, sir. But before we dissect into Kalonzo Musyoka's anticity statement based on his predicament, if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly please just consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok, or Facebook, kindly please just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Isudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters socio-economic and political matters are your great areas of concerns, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button, so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. And you'll have to agree with me that many people in this country take Kalonzo as a political joker simply because he never means what he says. He is very good at talking, but he never implements what he says. And being a leader, you must always stand for what you say in matters, actions. And at some point, I tend to see it is as if Kalonzo never believes in himself, of which that is more dangerous for his political life, considering the fact that when the electorate lose trust in you, then you are deemed to fail politically. His political pedigrees like Mudavadi and Wetangula won big in the just concluded general election, not because they contributed much to the Kenya Kwanza side, but because they chose to strategize and decided for better, for worse, that they were going to die with President Ruto. And you can bear me witness, people kept on bastardizing the two individuals immediately after bolting out of Azimio to join Ruto, the man of whom they had kept on demonizing since time immemorial. But according to their strategy, they knew all they wanted immediately when the election had come to an end, of which, according to their strategy, it was a success. And I'm saying that in the context that if Kalonzo wants to win big politically, then he should come up with a very good strategy to change his game plan. Essentially, one of the things to which I've always believed that has been costing Kalonzo Musyoka since time immemorial is his indecisive nature of doing things, of which if he wants to start winning politically, then he should mean what he says and stand for it, or else it is going to cost him till the end of time. He admitting to be a fool, that statement alone is more of hot air, simply because as early as yesterday, he should have started campaigning or engaging with the voters on the ground, instead of he seated relaxing, waiting for the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to publicly endorse him purposely for presidency come 2022. What if he doesn't? He will end up supporting the Right Honorable for the 6th time consecutively, ending up breaking the world record of delivering the Right Honorable to the opposition for the 6th time consecutively. And without any biasness or fear of contradiction, I kid you not, Kalonzo Musyoka can make the best president Kenya has ever had, simply because, unlike his political pedigrees, he has not been involved in any corruption scandal or gross misconduct, of which that can be a political mileage for him. Because as I speak, he already has a number of sympathy votes now that he's been supporting thrice the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga without any measure of reciprocities. Kalonzo will be far politically only if he would have decided to shelve his political interest purposely for the sake of the Kamba nation. I remember Uhuru trying to court with him, but he denied simply because his political interest was still in Azimio. Essentially, he should just stop reminding us of the past and instead up his game without the Right Honorable, so that he can show Kenyans that he is very serious with the presidency. Surely, how then does he come on a national television to admit that he is a fool, and yet he wants to lead this country? Because we all have it in mind that once a fool, always a fool. The other day he admitted being stupid, and there's nowhere that a stupid person can take you or guide you to unless he's taking you to stupidity. Honestly, the authenticity of this matter is really getting interesting, but that has just been my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly please just feel free to drop it in the comment section and I'll give it a right of reply. And as I end this, kindly please just don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, kindly please just click on the subscribe button. Thank you, and may God bless you.